I think it's when you see the seizure, fits or epilepsy, what we call commonly, it's when you see it's a really horrible scene. But please don't panic. Okay, it's just going to last for 2 or 3 minutes, so please don't panic and don't, when animal is having fits, you don't grab him or something. Don't do that. Actually, let the fits goes, let it settle down, then you do the next step. Only thing which you can do when the animal is getting fits, actually, this can be of different nature. Only legs are moving, whole body is shaking, and depending upon the only thing which you can do, just make animal somehow comfortable around whatever objects or some TV or stool or chair or whatever. Remove everything because he is going to hurt otherwise himself. So let that problem go settle down. Then make him comfortable, because normally when they get fits, they get hyperthermia or heat stroke also actually. So somehow make him comfortable, make him calm, switch on the fan, and till you assist.
Why does this happen?
No, epilepsy has many reasons actually. It could be idiopathic epilepsy, that's because of genetic nature actually. Some dogs are, that's by birth it comes.
My dog actually has his breathing, he suddenly breathes, like it's almost like a seizure, but it's like his breathing is completely different.
Which breed that is?
It's a stray dog.
Stray dog. So distinguish between, first thing is get it checked. Whenever that problem is happening, take a video of that and show to the veterinarian whether it's a breathing problem or whether it's a fits. Please distinguish that. If it's a breathing problem, then get it sorted. If it is a epilepsy, then you have to treat, because both has a different treatment. Somehow, because fits it's just lasts for maximum, actually ideally no fits last more than 1 minute. But just to be, give it 2 to 3 minutes.
1 minute.
Yeah, so if it could be epilepsy, please treat that. It can be fatal. Sometimes if the fits come, then again after 5 minutes again start, then again after 5 minutes, that is known as cluster seizure or cluster fits, whatever. That can be fatal actually. It can lead to.
How do you distinguish between this and the seizure which comes out of distemper?
Distemper
also looks somewhat
distemper,
like a seizure.
that's what distemper also has fits. In distemper, there are 2-3 kind of fits are possible. One of them is localized or focal seizure, what we call it is. You one leg only shaking like that, okay, or maybe head is swing, or maybe jumping on. Those are what we call as focal seizure. Those are not harmful actually, means for the life particularly. But yes, animal can't eat properly, he can't walk properly. But other thing is what we call is generalized seizure. Whole body shaking will be there in that actually. You'll find whole body shaking, animal is jumping on mouth, and sometimes they urinate, they pass stools also, and vomit also. So those are generalized. That's more fatal actually. So that need to be handled. So don't restrain during seizure. That's one important thing. And try to make animal calm and comfortable, and keeping objects away. And seizure normally lasts for 2-3 minutes. So these are common points you should remember. Nice. So thank you so much. These are common things which I want to discuss. If you have anything, please ask.
There are a whole lot of other things, doctor, which most of us face every day. So one is trauma injuries, when somebody has been run over, so fractures and things like that. The other things which are kind of common is that you see dogs which have lost hair.
That's right.
So I get those kind of cases for you sometimes.
So that's what
there are multiple reasons. Sometimes it is this. Sometimes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Most of the cases are manges.
Yeah.
I think if you can tell us.
So how can you especially some of us or most of us have a certain set of dogs other than the dogs we're trying to save. There are maybe 15 dogs in that area that we are familiar with. So can there be a sort of self-help program that one can run? The thing that, for example, once you taught me about putting together Rid and Savlon, so it kind of keep those dogs healthy at least.
Right. See, this it's a little, it's very difficult what he's saying to help for this part, because if we say the most common problem in the street dogs, what we find actually, whether not street dog, even that home dog or means pet dogs, what everyone is having, that's a skin problem. Dermatology is a big problem actually, and by seeing you cannot say what disease he is carrying actually, because there can be of so many reasons actually. What he's talking like Rid we give or ivermectin is only for some specific disease which are common with the street dog. From one dog to another dog is spread actually, that is no doubt. And it's a very common, like demodicosis, what we call like mange or scabies, then those kind of diseases are very common. Bacterial infections is quite common actually. And some disease has seasonal problem also. When you find during the rainy season, you'll find those infections are more, and when it's winter, then it's less actually. Exactly saying, very difficult it can, but it's it need medical attention for that. But yes, for whatever you have some 5-6 community dogs and maybe you're taking care of them, how to help them. First thing is when you find some dog is having hair loss and he's scratching all the time. First thing which you should check, which is the common and the most common problem, is fleas actually. Okay, flea allergy is the biggest problem. You'll find that animal is losing hair, particularly in the back, maybe on the below the tail area, and keep scratching all the time. And really severe scratching. So find if it's a single fleas also can be very dangerous actually. So, and for the fleas there are so many shampoos available and there are so many medications are available, or you nowadays if possible they have spot on or maybe flea collars or those kind of things you
We
can.
found even white plain Vaseline when we put on the fleas.
Yeah, that reduces. Yeah, they don't get the
choking and they
place,
fall off.
so they don't get place to bite, so they
They fall off.
Vaseline.
Just
normal common Vaseline. They use neem oil also. They also say I don't know any medical background about how it.
50 fleas on him. I found a street dog with more than 50 or 100 fleas on him. I use this thing called Green Box Protector. It's very effective. Green Box Protector.
Okay.
My vet actually recommended.
So that's protector. That's what spot on is.
Yeah, that is amazing. There's not one flea on his hand.
But aren't some of these protectors we talk about also bad in the kidney in the long run for regular use?
Not
Is it
really.
great?
Yeah, it's the medicine which is used actually it has effect. And
Okay.
Let's direct it him. Yeah.
see, for example, she's asking that whether this protector, this has fipronil actually. So far, it's a very very safe medicine, and really because
You should put it between the shoulder.
yeah, between the shoulder blade.
Yeah.
The idea is animals should not be able to lick. So because what is more harmful is like you're using red.
Yeah,
You're using those kind of things like shampoo. Those are more harmful than this protector. So you have to see which one is better actually. Then yes, definitely there is possibility if animal licks others has definitely problems actually.
The one place, and I see a lot of forums every time people talk about is that this dog which is hairless, but you can't catch the dog
Yeah.
because you can't give him something because the dog's run away.
Yeah, so for that now that's what these ivermectin tablets are there, so you can use those actually. Now Neomac or so many.
I don't like Neomac.
So ivermectin tablets comes like now. So once in 3 days, according to the size of the Neomac or so many available, but you need to give for a really long time. In fact, rather than ivermectin, if you even ivermectin tablet works for demodicosis. Actually, ivermectin injection is not helpful for maize, like particularly demodex problem, which is a common. But ivermectin tablet, if you give for a long time, it cures that actually. So but someone has to keep giving regularly, maybe 3 months.
Doctor, so then there is also this talk about ivermectin is some kind of a magic drug. One pill will cure. Is it true that one dose of oral ivermectin will cure the
No,
dog?
there is nothing. So far I have not heard actually, so I really don't. But there is one thing, and everyone come to us and ask, give that injection which says that all ticks, fleas, everything. But so far we don't have that. So, but yes, spot on is there, flea collar is there. So it's those things are comparatively very safe, and I think those are better. But if you have
What about deworming strict dog once in 3 months?
yes, ideally it should be not for 3 months, if possible. Use
Once in every 3 months.
yeah. So
right?
first
Once
you
a
do
month.
almost every month for
Yeah.
2-3 months, and then every evening.
Yeah.
Very important thing for this one, deworming tablet, you keep changing it. Like you should use some different combination. After some time, those parasites get resistant to one kind of deworming actually. So you should keep changing the like 2 years you give one particular kind of thing, then you change that actually. So like particular that ingredient are there, you should ask the veterinarian and you should change. So they will not develop the resistance with
One
it.
question related to ivermectin. My limited knowledge is that it is a little punishing on the kidney.
Yes.
So for older dogs, like I have 3-4
Yeah,
street dogs.
that's what for the older dog, 1/3
Can I
of the
get
dose is
Enrosyn
required.
instead of that?
Yeah, you reduce the dose to 1/3 and give it that. It's
You
fine.
what?
But Enrosyn, is that a better?
No, Enrosyn is an antibiotic. That is an entirely different thing.
I have to just reduce the dosage.
Yeah, so reduce the dose to 1/3 if it is 11 years or 12 years plus.
Yeah.
And about worms.
Inside, into,
Yeah. So what is the good time? For example, these street puppies that we all kind of take care of. So what's the good time for us to start deworming? What should be the first kind of deworming, and what is the adult kind of?
See, the deworming start. See, normally there are two problems are there. Sometimes that puppies they get worms because of mother also. Like it can get transmitted actually. That there are parasites. So ideally, deworming is advisable at the 22 or 23 means 3 weeks of age actually for the puppy. Which you can use is parental pomade, or it comes with the name Nemoseed or so many available. Even Bayer has one product which is known as a Drontal puppy, which is very effective, and that also you can use that actually. But it's written, how much to use per kg, and that so that is you can read through that. Drontal puppy or Nemoseed, it comes with the name, or parental pomade. and it can be given at the age of 3 weeks or within 25 days actually. Then repeat every 2 weeks till 3 months of age, and then every month till 6 months, and then every 3 months. Other thing is, whenever you go to the vet, probably you can request him sometime. It's a simple thing, but it can really help the dogs which are weak and which are not, putting on weight or something. We should do one stool test and find out whether there are worms or not. So if there are, the difference between worm treatment and deworming. Deworming is a preventive measure you're doing actually, and worm, if it is you find there are worms actually, then you need to do really aggressive treatment for that, and it can be really helpful sometimes for not growing pets actually. So that should be considered in fact. So that's what the study will be for.
Okay, I had an experience with unavailability of a medicine. One of my street dogs had this thing called transvenereal tumor.
Right.
It's apparently quite common. So the doctor advised me to get Vincristine or
Vincristine,
Omocristin.
yeah.
It took me almost 3 months to get hold of that medicine, and I mean it
Go
could
to
have
the Cuba,
cost.
they have stock of this so much.
Cuba
actually.
has a
Yeah, they have so much.
stock. I called
You
them.
go to the Kidway Institute, you will get so much. It's
And
there, it's very commonly
in front
available.
of the veterinary college,
There's a
Brigade
Serenity
side,
vet.
I
across
went
the
there.
flyover,
I
there are
went
like
there.
2-3 medical
I know, Royal
pharmacies.
Canin. I mean,
Yeah,
those
there
are
are
very-
Serenity vet pharma is there.
Yes,
I tried almost everything.
Maybe probably that time, maybe sometimes there is a stock problem happens, maybe there, but otherwise it's very commonly used in human being also. They use for multiple combinational therapy for
That's
cancer.
available in a regular.
Normal medical store you
shop
can get.
also same medicine.
It's a quite safer chemotherapy agent.
One more common, sorry. One more common problem that we see is dogs which have ulcers which have erupted.
That's,
Is that the same thing?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Venereal
I've seen
tumor
dogs,
is like
dogs, they have this kind of ulcer that is hanging.
I've seen that in cows as well.
Yeah, so is there anything that can be done, or these dogs have cancer? What is the situation?
no, this is most probably what you are talking is memory tumor
It's
actually.
open, it's an open ulcer, it's burst.
That's mostly memory tumor which are talking, or sometimes skin tumor also when it grows more than a limit and it burst open and become ulcerated. Sometimes maggots goes inside that. So that's mostly cancerous problem. So I think the advisable is only surgical intervention. So memory tumor, yes, it can be prevented. Very important thing is probably everyone should know. Memory tumor can be prevented by 95% if you spay a female dog before the first heat comes. Okay, if you neuter the dog by the before the second heat, 76%, then 65%. You understood every heat, so it's better to spay the dog as earlier as possible. So like 6 months is the ideal age when you can do that. Same thing, with the male dog also. So these things probably is come, but for that problem, I think surgical intervention is required for that. And what she was talking about, one venereal tumor actually, it's one cancer which is considered, which is almost 100% can be cured by medicines actually. And this is one of the cancer which is known as TVT, transvenereal tumor actually. And this happens with the street dogs because of mismating. One dog is having, and this get transmitted by intercourse actually. When one dog is having it mate with female, so it's spread to them, and it's spread actually. So it can be cured very well in fact. So these are the common things.
What's the symptom? How do you know this dog is
No, you'll find that something red thing and bleeding will happen sometime.
I mean, a lot of
Yeah, blood.
pus.
Yeah. Blood
Keeps
pus mixed.
bleeding constantly.
Absolutely. Then you'll find, sometimes what happens when start bleeding and it happens, is a very important thing, which probably the animals start bleeding and they'll say, oh, female is in heat, and they'll start waiting actually then. But actually there's already having cancer.
And he was just bleeding continuously.
So then doctor also will, sometime if it's need to be checked really well in fact, so you should do vaginal examination and find out. Male, if you need to see around the penis, you'll find a
And this
polyp.
medicine has to be diluted, no? Vincristine.
Yeah,
when you-
Vincristine, see that's what
Because
is
we
scanning.
had some dog deaths because of.
No, chemotherapy, when any chemotherapy, there's a principle actually that has to be given in a particular
Yeah.
pattern actually. You
Yeah.
cannot just,
Right.
because mostly Vincristine is used for street dogs, so they don't bother so much. And if it goes under the skin, it will slough, the whole skin patch will come out actually.
That is
It should be-
injected. It shouldn't be.
It's only IV. It should
Yeah,
be diluted and
intravenous.
given
Yeah,
IV.
it
Yes.
shouldn't be.
So that's very important.
Right,
Otherwise, even if it goes into subcutaneous also, you'll find the whole skin will slough out.
right.
Otherwise, it was a street dog, and I suppose he's here to come in the car,
Yeah.
and I have to bring him to where the street dog was. There's some
best tranquilizer is only catch actually. If you feel for the street dog, it's nothing really works for them. Yeah, nothing really. You give alprazolam, really nothing really works actually. Yeah, no, that is that is she's talking about stray dogs actually. Yeah, if it is a home dog, he knows actually that, and he will get because if you give some medications or those kind of things, you need one environment for it to subside and to calm down actually. But otherwise, really, I'll say you can use alprazolam, which is quite safer medicine. Alprazolam, it can be 1 milligram per 10 kg body weight that can be used actually. It comes 0.5 milligram or 0.25 milligram tablet. You can use even ketamine orally actually. Some people they use that, and compose also. But to be more precise, we have seen, but it really doesn't give that result which you expect.
No, if you know the dog,
If he knows the dog, then alprazolam is the best. Alprazolam, it can be the name Restil or those kind of things.
Now we are talking about first aid and emergency measures.
That's it.
Very often, like walking, dog fights. How do you break up a dog fight without it? Water.
Yes, you have to absolutely. She's saying that it's very.
Throw water on them.
You have to distract them, not physically going there. You have to distract by gastric dilatation, which is common with the broad-chested breed actually, and it can happen because of overeating or some rubbish eating also. And there's lots of gas accumulate, and I'll tell you probably one case of.
Because of a blockage, isn't it?
No, it's not because of blockage. Bloat is basically no one actually knows the reason why bloat happens. Bloat means gastric dilatation volvulus. This is a syndrome which is more common with Irish setter, Great Dane, and even Golden Retriever. It's common with them actually. So I think that bloat you are talking, isn't it? Yeah. So in this, the very important thing is that animal will eat and the stomach will start bloating. It will start pressing the chest and diaphragm. Animal will have difficulty in breathing. It will be just standing. It will not sit actually there, and you will find that his tongue is slowly becoming blue. He's becoming restless. Started salivating. He's trying to vomit, but vomit is not coming out. And if you delay more than 1 hour or 2 hours, it's going to go actually. You cannot do anything. Very important things. You have to be very brave for that. You keep some thick needle with you, left side behind the ribs. Maybe. See, that's a death and life situations. You need to be strong enough for that. You use a thick gauze needle and just poke it. You will find some drum kind of sound. You will find something empty. Just poke it, remove the air, and just keep holding the needle for some time till you find that air came out. You can use
just a syringe.
needle, thick needle, not the simple needle. You need to have a thick needle, even if you have.
But you're talking about a syringe.
Yes, no needle. Needle means thick. There are different gauze needles. I'll tell you one interesting case actually which happened with one Great Dane. I still remember that. That was 31st of night last year actually. That was, and everyone was and that happened at I think 1 o'clock night time. It was a Great Dane named Julie, and that owner called. He's a really huge guy who called that. His name I forgot probably. So Great Dane he told me and the doctor that she is unable to breathe properly. Her tongue is becoming blue. All the symptoms he was showing, and they told I left only some 2 hours before. She was happy, healthy, and I know she is going to die. He is crying actually, and she is unable to breathe, and it's becoming blue and black. I told him you have to do only 2 options are there. His house is I think somewhere HRBR layout or somewhere that probably. So yeah, so it's going to take time almost for him to come almost 1 hour or 45 minutes to catch a vehicle, and by the time animal is going to die actually. So then I told him you have to do one thing. You take knife and stab the dog. Okay. So and I told him that thing, and he told it's not possible. I told there's no other option. He told whatever happens I'll take care of rest of the things, but you stab that you want to save. And he's crying and he's just over the phone I'm telling him, I'm forcing him to do that, and he did that actually. And somehow he's a huge bodybuilder, and he stabbed that somewhere but somehow the food and other thing came out, but gas came out. Animal came to the hospital. We did night time that emergency surgery. We shaved that, and she's still happy and healthy. So I'm just telling you have to be bold enough for that actually. So it's not that I've shaved, it's definitely he shaved. That first aid he gave that. He stabbed literally, intestine were hanging when it came actually to the hospital. So, but somehow that we did surgery and we saved that.
Doctor, before you go, the last thing I wanted to ask you was, you mentioned that the ulcers and whatever, injuries and maggots.
That's right.
And that's the other kind of very common thing, because then dogs don't have much to live if they got maggots.
Yeah.
Once I brought a dog who had maggots all in his head. So what, for a street dog or a dog that we get and we don't have help, what are the first options for a maggot wound?
See, one thing is maggot wound, which is actually common with the street dog, and this is very interesting about maggot wound. It heals really very fast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Very fast.
because the very important thing is there is one therapy which is, I don't know whether anyone know that is known as maggot therapy. Sometimes then when there is a cancer or something, they literally we put maggot inside that, because maggot eat that cancer actually, and by the time it eat completely. So where maggot grow, that it's basically secrete one enzyme that is known as lysine enzyme actually. That so and normally the bacteria which grows in those kind of in the staphylococcus actually, and those are so bacteria cannot grow in those wound where maggots are there. So it's a very interesting thing. If you are little if you are not scared about that wound, you can treat that wound actually. Ivermectin is one liquid which is commonly available. You can get from any medical store or somewhere. Pour the liquid wherever maggots are there. Pack it for almost half an hour, 45 minutes later. Maggots will die.
And then
So,
take them out to the
and then you can use tweezer or something.
No.
You were talking about
My God, you are
really bad.
Yeah, no, but that's, I just wanted to
So
illustrate
it's
that
maggot.
point.
So it's a very interesting and it's a very rewarding thing. If maggots are there, unless and until this is something else and in some particular area which is
You put the
affected.
ivermectin in there.
Ivermectin
yeah.
liquid which is we give injection, you
Yes,
just
I
pour
will.
it there only and pack it.
And pack it as a, close that
cotton
door.
Close that
They all-
one.
and
Some
when
of
you
us
take
put
it
a
off, they'll
cloth
all
or
fall.
something. No, it keep for almost 1 hour. 1 hour later you'll find that maggots will die. You take some flushing solution or put the gloves, take the tweezer or whatever it is, take it out,
Keep a
again
long
put the
tweezer,
ivermectin,
surgical tweezer.
again pack it, next day remove it off. And then you just keep doing regular cleaning, you'll find that and the wound heals really fast.
I have pets and they are fully vaccinated. And then I have a lot of stray dogs who stay inside my house. So is it dangerous for them to play together or eat together or something? If they're vaccinated?
See, there's two school of thought about this actually. The one thing is if they are having some infection actually, that if you feel that their by chance is having some kind of infection like fungal infection, skin infection, yes, it can go from one dog to another dog. But otherwise, if they are vaccinated about those diseases, it will not come. So that's no problem. But yes, in one way, this one thing is if you are you're letting those your pet dog to mix with the street dogs, you are socializing your dog actually that So he's getting more used to that outside world. So he's learning better experience with that. He's becoming more friendly with the people actually. So he's learning socialization actually. But yes, about infection or something you talk. Yes, if they are infected, yes, it can come to them.
No, they're perfectly
So then you don't have to bother. But I request you one thing: if you probably can take little, get them vaccinated. Actually.
So can I vaccinate them? They're
You can vaccinate. That's the injection given anyway. No one is going to do anything. You probably can do the vaccination. So,
We all learned from
yeah, so we'll teach you that giving some. See, rather than letting get them infected, you can give the vaccine buy from any drug store and.